Rusty chain bit into her neck. Mama dog whimpered. Her puppies, once plump and playful, were now thin shadows. They huddled close, their tiny bodies shivering in the cold. Mama dog could only watch, her heart breaking with each passing moment. Food, always scarce, was now non-existent. The bowls, usually filled with scraps, remained empty. Days turned into nights, each one colder and more unbearable than the last. Mama dog licked her pups, trying to offer comfort, but her own body was failing. Her milk, once plentiful, had long since dried up. She watched, helpless, as her pups grew weaker. Their playful barks were now feeble whimpers, their cries for nourishment echoing her own silent agony. The chain, a symbol of her confinement, felt heavier with each passing moment. The first pup to go was the smallest, the weakest of the litter. He had always been the most energetic, the one who would playfully nip at his siblings and nuzzle into his mother's belly. But now, he lay still. Mama dog nudged him with her nose, hoping for a sign of life. But there was nothing. His siblings, too weak to even cry, huddled closer to their mother's warmth. But the warmth was fading. Hunger gnawed at their bellies, a constant ache that wouldn't cease. Their eyes, once bright and full of life, were now dull and glazed over. Mama dog felt a surge of despair she had never known before. This wasn't the natural order of things. Puppies were meant to grow strong, to run and play, to fill the world with their boundless energy, but her pups were being robbed of that chance. She barked, a desperate plea for help that went unanswered. The world outside their small patch of dirt continued as if nothing was wrong. Birds sang, cars drove by, people went about their lives. Did they not see her plight? Did they not hear the silent screams of her starving pups? Days blurred into nights. One by one, her pups succumbed to the grip of starvation. Each loss was a fresh wave of agony, each tiny body a testament to the cruel indifference of the world. Mama dog, her body racked with grief and hunger, could only watch as her family slipped away. The smell of death, a grim reminder of her reality, hung heavy in the air. Her once lively pups were now still, their tiny bodies cold. She was alone, trapped in a nightmare with no escape. Section 4. A global crisis, the reality of animal neglect. Mama Dog's story is not unique. It's a tragic reality that plays out every day, in every corner of the world. Millions of animals suffer from neglect, their cries for help often going unheard. They are denied basic necessities: food, water, shelter, and compassion. The American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, ASPCA, estimates that over 6.5 million animals enter U.S. shelters nationwide every year. Many arrive sick, injured, or emotionally scarred, their spirits broken by the cruelty they have endured. The reasons for neglect are complex and varied, but often stem from ignorance, indifference, or a lack of resources. Whatever the reason, the consequences are devastating. Animals suffer needlessly, their lives cut short or irrevocably damaged. Section 5. Our duty to protect. We as a society have a moral obligation to protect animals from harm. They are sentient beings capable of feeling a range of emotions just like us. They experience fear, pain, joy, and grief. To ignore their suffering is to turn a blind eye to a grave injustice. It is our duty to speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, to report suspected cases of neglect or abuse, to advocate for stronger animal welfare laws, to educate others about responsible pet ownership. Even small actions can make a big difference. Donating to animal shelters, volunteering our time, or simply showing kindness to animals in need can have a ripple effect. Section 6. Breaking the chains of indifference. Mama Dog's story is a stark reminder of the consequences of our inaction. It's a call to break the chains of indifference and create a world where all animals are treated with the compassion and respect they deserve. We must challenge the notion that animals are simply property, devoid of feelings or rights. They are living, breathing creatures deserving of our protection. Their lives matter. Their suffering matters. Let Mama Dog's tragedy be a catalyst for change. Let her story ignite a fire in our hearts, a fire that burns with compassion and a fierce determination to create a better world for all animals. Section 7. A call to action. Be their voice. We can all be part of the solution. Support animal welfare organizations working tirelessly to rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome animals in need. Educate yourself about animal welfare issues and spread awareness among your friends and family. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can be the voice for the voiceless. Together, we can break the chains of cruelty and create a world where stories like Mama Dogs are a thing of the past.